for it, and I can't let you go. Hide away.
For a while, I felt like if I changed my content over time, that people would see that as a reflection of who I am and what I value.
Auxiliary? What?
But I'm starting to realize that.
What's
Hello?
going on?
Who is the Red Sante? You're back?
I'm back. I said I was gonna come back.
I've been. What have you been? Oh my God, Red Sante. Things have changed now.
Yeah.
Now that you're gone.
They have? Yeah. Go on.
Yeah, I'm no longer the artillery that you used to know. I'm sorry.
Really?
I've changed as a person, and I no longer. People come up to me all the time and they say they miss the old artillery. I just don't
I'm
identify
sure they
that.
do. The new artillery doesn't upload any podcasts anymore.
Well, whose fault is that? Not showing up to the recording.
Hey, I showed up today. You got to give me credit for that.
Sante, I do not like this community we have fostered. I need to tell you this story, okay?
Okay.
I was minding my own business in a Walmart when a GARBAGEMICE fan actually walked up to me.
Really?
He recognized me in public somehow. And I knew he was a GARBAGEMICE fan because first thing he tells me is that I need to go back to my home country. And then he starts yelling about how the Queen did 9/11 and how Jews control everything. And then he started saying the N-word. He started saying the N-word 500 times in a row.
That's pretty racist of you for listening to all of that and counting every single one. How'd you know it was 500? I think that's a crime in Canada to listen to the N-word and count it.
I know, and I feel guilty about that, and I want to change and become a better person. And as my first step towards that, I decided to end this racist tirade. So I just grab my knife out of my pocket and I stab him in the throat, and he dies. Now the police were already called because we had to end this evil racist bastard. Okay, there was no other way for me to end this guy's racism. And so the police were called because an N-word was heard in public. And once they saw that I had taken care of the perpetrator, they all congratulated me. They gave me a standing ovation. And they invited me to speak at the Canadian Parliament, actually.
So what did you say at Parliament? What happened?
They said I would be decorated next to a Canadian treasure, a war hero. So they bring me to speak next to this World War I veteran. He's a World War I, World War II, Vietnam War, and basically every war since veteran. Who's fought on the side of the Ukrainians, the Russians, the Germans. He fought against.
So this is a very diverse guy, very diverse, which fits in with Canada.
Yeah, he was wearing a little bit of a COVID mask. Being from World War I, he was quite old, so he was a little bit afraid of that. So he told his story. And how when he started the war, he was actually on the side of the Germans. But then as the war shifted, he joined the Russians because they found that he had killed his entire squad. And so he said he was fun. He said the whole thing was fun. And in Vietnam, he actually rediscovered his love for napalm. And especially for killing innocent children. And so after the Vietnam War ended, he joined a terrorist pro-life group that firebombs abortion clinics because he liked the smell of burning fetuses.
Oh, based.
And the high was so good, he decided that he needed to find out how to kill as many children per hour as humanly possible. And that's, I was standing there wondering, who is this hero? Who is this random citizen who has done all this for the sake of progress of humanity? And I didn't need to wonder any longer because he took off his COVID mask and he revealed his true identity as Joe Biden.
Yo! Oh my gosh, you met Joe Biden? That's the most popular man in the world.
I know, I was so honored. Everybody gave him an ovation. They brought him a couple of fetuses to sacrifice to Moloch. It was great. So from now on...
That's fantastic, artillery.
Let's do the intro. Let's do the intro. How about that, Red Sante? Like old time's sake.
Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna count down and then there's gonna be music playing.
Yep, indeed.
Yeah. Alright, so 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Jews Rock Podcast, the podcast that believes in Israel's right to defend itself from against all the Gentiles in the world. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we believe that Israel should have the right to massacre us all like cattle and feed upon our corpses. Isn't that right, Red Something?
That's absolutely right. As someone who has now joined the elite class, now that crypto is up, I am now a billionaire too. So I have joined them, and I now hate you all. I've actually started reading the Torah, and the Torah states pretty explicitly that the Jews are to enslave the Goyams.
That's actually in the Talmud, dude. That's how I can tell you're a fake.
No, don't expose me as being a fake Jew. That's going to end my career.
Your career on Wall Street? Well, consider it over, my friend. Where's your small little hat, huh?
I've got it on right now. I've got it on right now underneath my headphones.
See, what started this transformation is I was at a cafe, and I saw this pretty girl sitting across from me, and so I wanted to go up to her and hit on her. And this actually happened. I got up from my seat across from her. I walk up to her. I say hi and begin the process of complimenting her.
Okay.
And in the middle of my compliment, I look at the chain she's wearing and it's got Star of David on it.
Oh no. Oh no, artillery. Run away, run away.
It was too late at that point. What proceeded was like 20 minutes of awkwardly sitting next to each other. And I'm thinking, oh boy, what have I done?
That sounds like a story you'd hear on Reddit. Like, oh, a guy spotted my Star of David necklace and then just ran away from me.
Well, it works pretty good as a Syrian repellent. What can I say? It's like the cross to our vampires. But speaking of Syrian anti-Semites, after her father gifted me millions of dollars, I have come to renounce my nationality from the evil, racist dictator who has very explicitly denied the fact that 6 million Jews died in the Holocaust.
Yeah, okay.
I want you to react to this video, okay? You are not going to believe...
Dude, we're so back. We're so back. We're already reacting to videos. Oh, man, we are so back.
No, this is actually like a very fucking, like... I need you to see this video. It's hilarious.
Okay.
Actually, I might need... How am I going to send it to you? It's a little heavy. Let's cut this part out of the podcast, because now I'm wondering...
We'll take a pause.
Yeah, take a pause. How am I going to send it over? Because it's kind of a big file.
Alright, so we're back. So we have a thing on the screen now. But if you just want to listen, then I will try to translate it for you. Because if you're just listening, you're just going to hear some guy speaking Arabic. So.
What do you mean some guy? This is the most notorious anti-Semite. The president of home country.
The president of Syria. Wow, I did not know we were hearing from such an important man. All right.
You can tell by the Syrian flag behind him.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm colorblind. I thought that was just an American flag.
Of course. Yeah. Okay. No, seriously, listen to this. You will not believe what this guy is saying, okay? It is acceptable, unprecedented.
Okay, so he starts off saying, most of us do not know that the rise of Nazism between the two world wars happened with American support. The question on everybody's mind is, how is it that despite the German collapse and European constraints, Nazism was allowed to rise and build an army? It was done with American support, money, loans, and investments. There is no evidence that 6 million Jews were killed in the Holocaust. Oh my lord!
Perhaps there were Holocaust. Go back a couple seconds.
Hold on a minute. Hold on.
Maybe. Yep.
Oh my. Oh. Perhaps there were Holocausts.
True, there were concentration camps.
And then this... Who all's in this room? Can you tell me about this artillery? Who's in this room?
Mostly people held at gunpoint.
I see. They're probably all just sweating right now. They're sitting there sweating bullets. They're like, oh my goodness.
My career in Wall Street is over.
Like this guy is gonna get our country nuked. You know, America did not learn their lesson with Japan. Well, I should say we did. We learned that 2 nukes was not enough. When we hit Syria, we're bringing the whole ocean. We're bringing the whole ocean worth of nukes to Syria for them saying this.
Dude, in Syria, they will show him how many bodies 6 million is.
There's gonna be way more than the 6 million in Syria after this. Oh
There's
my!
gonna be 6 million Syria's worth of bodies. But okay, and he continues to say, okay, maybe it did happen.
Yeah,
okay, hold
so
on. Somebody's knocking on my door.
Oh. Oh no. Oh no, artillery. What's going on?
Sorry about the pause.
Anyway, oh, man. Was that the Feds artillery?
It was the Feds.
Was
they
that
got
the
to
Jews?
me. They found me with something. No, but I explained that I'm actually just exposing this evildoer, this anti-Semite. Now, what shows you that this is a politicized issue? Keep going.
Okay, yeah. So we're a third of the way through this video.
I will keep translating while you just keep reacting.
All right.
Yeah. What shows you that this is a politicized issue and not a humanitarian issue, and it's not real, is how are you talking about 6 million, and we don't talk about the 26 million Soviets killed in that war? And are those 6 million more precious? Huh?
Yeah.
The same acts were everywhere. And there was no specific method of torture to the Jews.
Man,
the Nazis used...
This is just episode 9. This is just episode 9 all over again.
This is just your average Garbage Mice episode.
we react to a video of a guy saying that 6 million did not die in the Holocaust, and we're like, oh yeah, we agree with him.
Yeah. And then he goes on to expose the history of the Khazar Jews. Oh, and also they falsified the truth. And
wait, did he just say that the Jews were shipped off to Palestine?
No, after the war. After the war.
Okay.
And then he talks about how the Jewish people of Israel are not actual Jews, but Khazar Jews. You can't make this shit up.
Now what's a Khazar Jew? I'm a dumb American. I'm as American as it gets, which means I'm about as ignorant as it gets. So you have to inform me.
So basically the theory is that European Jews are not actual Semitic Jews, but more, they're ethnically Eastern European. They're ethnically Slavic.
So they're not Semitic, so they're anti-Semitic? Is that what I'm getting here? Okay.
Kind of. It's the whole thing that they don't have any claim over Israel. You can stop the watch. You can stop watching the video now. What do you think?
We're done with this. All right. Yeah, I think I've heard enough. I think if I have to scream based another time, I think my vocal cords are gonna go out, and then we're really not gonna have another episode. All right, let me hide that.
Yeah. That was evil anti-Semite and world leader Bashar al-Assad.
Man, I want to go get that guy on the podcast. We have to have him. We have to have him on this podcast. I think that would be the best episode yet.
I have my connections. I'm from the area. I can see what I can do. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Actually, this moves me right into the problem with the anti-Semitic representation of Jews doing Jewish things like digging tunnels in New York City.
Oh yeah. We're about a month and a half late on that because we haven't recorded in 3 months. So.
Yeah. Whose fault was that?
It was the Jews' fault, artillery.
What, they dug under your house?
Yeah, they dug out my internet line. They took a trowel and jabbed it straight through my Ethernet cable, and I didn't have internet for 3 months.
My honest to God question is, what the fuck?
That was my reaction too. It's like, oh man, that is just like a legendary piece of media. Like that video of the man crawling out of the sewer. It's like you couldn't have even wrote that. Like if you wanted to write a comedy skit about Jews, like you couldn't have even written that. Like the most stereotypical possible looking guy, like literally could not look more like a billionaire banker, could not look more like someone who would have died, 80 years ago, crawls out of the tiniest hole in the ground, a rotten sewer grate, and then realizes someone's filming him and just sprints away as fast as he can. Like that is a 1 in a million. That is a sacred piece of video. I'm never letting that one go. Like that's, if anyone wanted to prove to me that we lived in a simulation, that would be a piece of evidence. Like that is too perfect. That had to be handcrafted by a 180 IQ galaxy brain. Oh man, that is too good.
My tunnel is big and it keeps getting bigger, and that's because I'm a Jewish digger.
Oh, I didn't know you were about to freestyle like that.
Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah.
Oh, I wasn't ready for the heat.
That's what you get with the increased Jewish IQ.
Man. So, do you have any thoughts on that? Do you have any thoughts on the tunnels?
My brain stops thinking when I think about the tunnels. It just encounters a weird wall where it's just, what the fuck? Like, you wouldn't see fucking Muslims doing this shit in New York City, would you?
Oh no, they use dynamite to blow out the tunnels.
Yeah, you'd hear it.
Yeah, the way that they would dig tunnels is they would just strap all the dynamite to their chest and then like run into the end of the tunnel and blow
You know
it
what
up.
I'm wondering? I'm wondering how many like Jewish tunnels there are now. Like, there's gotta be a few.
I feel like that's what everyone's wondering now. Like, I'm wondering, like, are there any in my area? Are there any in LA? Like, can I go up to LA with a GoPro and record part 2?
Have you seen that? What's it called? That tweet of the guy being like, "I can hear, Jewish people speaking under my floorboards. What the fuck is going on? Everybody's calling him schizophrenic." Then that
was a big deal. The guy that heard like Yiddish voices under his floorboards, and then he was vindicated many months later. That was a pretty good one.
They're under your floors with something. That's fucking damn it. There's Jews in your floor. Dig them out.
I'm about to start firing bullets at the floor.
Dude's gonna go full Inglorious Bastards. I swear to God.
Oh man,
what else? It's that's just it. Jews in tunnels underground. Underground layers.
I definitely did not have that on my bingo card for this year.
Alex Jones could not have gone on a rant insane enough to.
He could not have predicted that. Like he could have said like, "Oh my dude, the Jews, they're digging tunnels. They're digging tunnels under the city. They're piercing water supplies. They're piercing fiber optic internet cables. They're on a rampage." Like, oh man, he wouldn't have even come up with anything close to that.
I know. It's crazy. But have we been talking about the Jews for a little too long? I'm afraid that YouTube's
we've been going for
us.
21 minutes and 30 seconds. How close is that to the quota? What's like the maximum amount?
I think we're already banned on YouTube. I think this episode is going to be the last one on the YouTube channel.
Man. I really hope that that's how the podcast ends. Yeah, because
Jewish tunnels.
Because like obviously I have a backup of everything that we've ever done. It's like we wouldn't lose anything. So if the podcast, if we get the YouTube channel banned, I think that would be the perfect way to end the podcast.
Honestly, yeah, nobody's gonna go on Odyssey to fucking watch us.
Yeah. I hope that we can get the Spinner of Cursed Dinners out before that happens, though, because if we have to just like put that on like a Google Drive file and distribute it that way, literally no one's gonna see it.
No, we're gonna do it on like alt platforms. But anyway, oh shit, little pizza box,
pizza box joined.
We're recording, dude. Holy shit,
pizza box joined? No way.
The bit with Red Sante was a joke. This is real. What the fuck?
What?
God damn, bro. Say something.
Dude, we haven't seen you in like a year.
Is he alive?
You better unmute your mic, little pizza box.
Would you guys rather have your ankles broken once a year at like a random time in the year, or
This random.
for the next 5 years you have to wear a furry tail and a spiked collar.
So we repeat the first option because that sounds pretty enticing after hearing the second one.
Like once a year at like any random point during the year, someone will come up to you and break your ankles.
Yeah, I think I'd take that.
Well, I think
depends.
if I choose the
Depends.
first option, Richard will probably just break my ankles anyway if we're talking bad about the furries.
It depends.
No, fair enough.
How do I insert the furry tail?
That is at
Are you allowed
discretion.
to grease it up first?
Negative.
No.
How much lube
okay.
is too much lube? Oh, negative. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to go with the tail. I'm sorry.
Good answer. I gotta go. I gotta route that up to my boss. I gotta route that up my chain of command.
All right.
All right. Have a good one, little pizza box.
Yeah, we'll
thank
see you later.
Oh my
man.
god,
that was surprising.
I was not expecting that. That was not scripted.
Oh, that was not scripted at all. I did not expect to hear that man's voice anytime soon. That was probably the highest quality we've ever heard him in. Like,
I was gonna say.
Remember we used to listen to Little Pizza Box talking through like a drive-through microphone?
Dude was speaking through a straw. Dude was recording through a straw. Through one of those fucking telephones you make in like first grade physics class with a wire and 2 matchboxes.
Yeah, that was the crispest audio that's ever been had on this podcast ever.
Dude, speaking of furries, fucking Richard, get your dirty fucking furry feet off my questions chat.
Get your feet out of the questions channel, Richard. I hope that you overdose on rabies vaccines. I hope that something bad happens to you for posting your, what are those, orange-looking feet, spray-tanned fox-looking feet in my questions channel.
Damn. Anyway, I want to talk about something, okay? I want to talk about Syria's educational system.
Okay.
All right.
So what's going on? What's going on with Syria's education system?
80% of the teachers in Syria are actual conspiracy theorists.
Oh, okay. So it's like just listening to a GARBAGEMICE podcast every day.
Dude, they're more schizophrenic than I am, and that's saying something.
That's crazy.
So some of the conspiracies include, but are not limited to, my geography teacher, we actually never made it to the moon. The moon would be too hot. Also, it's all the way up there. How the fuck are you supposed to go?
Dude, that's like when you see that the midwit bell curve meme where it's like,
yeah.
That's like the bottom of the bell curve, just trying to explain their logic to everyone else. It's like, yo, you see how far that is?
All right. Another one. Oh, this is another one relating to the moon. And this has to do with my piece of shit fucking cunt ass bitch cunt of an English teacher. So
coming in with the heat today.
No, I am angry. 10 years later, I am angry. I have been robbed, okay? Listen, so one of the things she says is that, God created... No, not God. Allah created the world in such intricate balance that if the moon were like 1 meter closer or 1 meter farther to the earth than it is, it would kill us all. And here I am, and I raise my hand, I'm like, teacher, the moon moves away from the earth at a rate of 30 centimeters a year. And it's been doing that for 200 billion years. And she tells me to shut the fuck up. Bitch. Dude, okay.
Well, I mean, she is right to some degree. That's one of the points that a lot of people use in favor of Christianity, is that the world is so perfectly designed for human life. But yeah, I can believe that she probably got a couple things wrong.
No, I'm not kidding. So look, It is well designed for human life, but it's not a fucking Swiss clock. It's not a fucking Swiss watch or whatever. It's not like if you get a little bit of dust in there, it will just whole system will blow up. You know, we've been hit by meteors before.
Yeah.
That didn't do jack. You know, life persists on this planet despite the fact that the moon is actively moving away.
Man,
Now,
I
what
wish
this
it
means-
didn't. I wish that the moon would just go away and then we'd all die.
I think it would actually flood the Earth. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's not about the moon. It's about this bitch.
Yeah, okay, go on.
Okay. So you will not, I repeat, you will not meet a Syrian of my age that speaks English as well as I do. How do I know this?
I believe
Bitch,
that.
I was there. And my whole life, before meeting this teacher and after meeting this teacher, I was getting full grades on my English exams. Can you guess why? Maybe it's because I speak this fucking language on a native level. Makes sense?
Yeah.
Yes, kind of probably does. Now, when this fucking piece of shit cunt would give us exams, I would always come up 1 or 2 marks short. Right?
Yeah, how come?
How come? Let me tell you how come. There were other students in the class that always got a full mark. You want to know who those students were? They were the non-English speaking troglodyte motherfuckers who paid her for private tutoring.
Oh.
I am.
So what did you do? Did you glass her over the head with a Syrian beer bottle? What did you do?
When I'm back in the Middle East, boy, I'm coming back with a vengeance, baby. I am vengeance from Batman, and I'm fucking coming. I don't care that she's 60 years old. She's coming. What's coming for her? She's getting what's coming for her. I'm telling you.
I don't know. Don't you think she's already gotten what's coming to her? There's like a recession in Syria now, you know,
You
right?
think I was gonna pay for some non-English speaking bitch named after an element, named after a gas,
Which one?
ozone?
What? What's her name?
Yes. You think I'm going back in there to hear her like fucking talk, you know, to forgive and forget? Nah. I'm gonna sit you down with my PhD level English and tell you how fucking stupid you are.
Oh man.
Okay.
When did you learn English, by the way? Like was it like a language spoken in your house when you were growing up?
Okay. So 2 things
'Cause,
to
like you
keep
do
in mind.
speak it very well, so I was kind of curious about that.
Okay, 2 things to keep in mind, okay? Well, first of all is I had like private tutors, like a private tutor, he was very good. But main thing is my brother was really into rap music and I was autistic.
Oh.
And so from like 3 years old, I would go up and be like in front of my brother and his friends. All on the floor, smack that, give me some more, smack that.
Yeah, so that's how you learned how to freestyle so well. You were
brother.
listening to Ice Cube and Easy E. You know, you were listening to NWA.
I was listening to NWA, and once I came to Canada, I learned that there are some words you're not supposed to say. I learned that the hard way. Maybe in front of some black people.
You were at like your first job after getting in the country, and you were just singing along to your favorite song. You're like, my crew is big, and it keeps getting bigger.
Dude, you ever listen to the story of OJ? White nigga,
Yeah.
black nigga, yeah, that was it.
Still gamer.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Still gamer word. But yeah, after that I learned that it's actually offensive to some people, nerds.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I
you're
mean,
a nerd if you're not okay with that.
No, unironically, I don't try to offend people. I try to be an amicable person, okay?
Yeah.
Not a racist cell in this body, fingers crossed.
Yeah. Hopefully, because that's a crime in Canada. So.
Dude, speaking of high school, I had one of those shitty fucking mobile phones, touchscreen, but like it's $20 Sony touchscreen phone.
Yeah, I mean we're like just barely old enough that like, me and my friends when we were in high school, some of us still had like kind of bummy phones. Nowadays it's like every like Zoomer has an iPhone, but like, I remember my first phone was like a straight up like a cinder block. And
So my
so
phone was
I
like
can't, if we had bad phones even here, I can't imagine what a Syrian had as their first phone.
Look, let me tell you this.
When
It wasn't
we
my
were
first phone.
getting
No,
our
no.
first phones.
It wasn't my first phone, but it was a Samsung Galaxy Star. Now, these are like Android
A
4.1.
Galaxy Star, dude. That sounds fancy. Hold on.
Okay, it was touchscreen. It's not fancy, it's kind of small. But let me tell you what the secret thing about this thing is, right? It is goddamn near indestructible.
Oh my, yeah, I'm looking at a picture of this right now.
It is,
Ooh.
unironically, a fucking powerhouse. You want to hear what me and my friends used to do with this thing? So I used to go around school, middle school, high school. I would go around my friends and be like, hey, check out what I can do with my phone. Grab my phone and slam it as hard as I can on the floor and then start playing football with it. They'd be like, bro, you're fucking crazy. I'd be like, nah. Look, still works. One time, the battery was kind of fucked up on it, right? I've been using it for years. And so we were outside the school in like a little playground. It was kind of like a little park. And I was playing music on it so we can hear where it is, and we just be throwing it in the air at each other. And then it landed in a bush, and at the same time, the battery ran out. And so it died, and we couldn't hear it anymore. And I was like, oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. And we tried to look for it for like half an hour. We couldn't find it. They're like, sorry, dude. They left. And so I went back home. Mom, I lost my phone. You fucking idiot. Bam, bam, slap, slap, punch, punch. It's just regular Syrian parenting. $60 is a lot. $60 is a lot. Then it rained. Then it fucking rained.
Rest in peace, the phone.
And so the next day, we're back at school, and one of my friends tells me, yeah, I was recording the whole thing. I'm like, wait, are you fucking kidding? He's like, yeah, here's the recording. I was following your phone. Here's where it landed. I'm like, you son of a bitch. Why didn't you tell me yesterday? He's like, I left. And so I go there, get the phone. It's wet as fuck in like 2 inches of water fucking shrubbery. I put it in my pocket, and I'm like, well, at least I got the phone back.
Oh man.
Finish school. The whole time I'm feeling this wet sock in my pocket. Go back home, plug it in, it fucking works. Now, let me tell you the secret, okay? The secret is the front of the phone where the screen is, it's kind of like flexible plastic.
Yeah, I'm looking at a picture of it right now.
Yeah, while the rest, like, around it, it's very hard. So you never slam the screen face down, because that will actually like put enough pressure on the interior screen to crack it. Otherwise, anything goes. You slam it around what you do is you just slam it around the corners of it, and you can do it as hard as you can, and nobody gives a shit. Now, this was all in middle school. In high school, I had the same fucking phone. First year in high school, I meet my new classmates. I'm like, hey guys, want to see something cool? They're like, yeah. So I grab my phone from the back of the class. I'm like, everybody, heads down! And then bam, from the back of the class, all the way to the front. All the way to the front, and it makes a huge thud on the fucking whiteboard and just falls. Everybody's like, dude, are you insane? I'm like, no, I do this all the time. Go there, it still fucking works. And so I tell all my friends, come on, dude, try it. Come on, dude, try it. Come on, dude, try it. Until I start reaching the 80 IQ friends. And that's that's when things kind of start. Okay, I shouldn't be talking shit about them. They're actually cool people. But for the sake of comedy, I'm doing this. One of them grabs the phone, palm open, and slams it face down on the floor. Right on his screen. And the way he threw it, I immediately know my phone did not survive this. That very moment, I realized, oh shit. They don't know that there's a trick. And they don't see that I'm actually throwing it in a very particular way. And so I go to pick it up, lo and behold.
There's levels to this game. You gotta have the knowledge. You gotta have the forbidden knowledge.
And ironically, and so I pick it up, it's broken. He's like, dude, I'm sorry, I'll pay for it. I didn't mean it. I'm like, dude, no, listen. It's okay. I told you can throw it. I gave it to you. I didn't tell you how to throw it, so it's fine. It's my fault. He's like, dude, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. My parents will be mad at me, but fuck it, I'm in high school. I've had the same fucking phone for 3 years, Mom. Anyway, I'm like, finally, I get an excuse to upgrade my phone. So school day finishes. I go back home, and I tell my mother, look, my phone's broken. She's like, oh no, let's go fix it. And so reluctantly, I agree because while it is very annoying having such an old fucking phone that can barely play 240p videos on YouTube, it would lag if you try to play 360p videos.
Man,
Okay.
what kind of bottom shelf processor did they put in that thing? It can't run 360p.
And that was like the max resolution you get. I remember now vividly, like spending late nights in the Syrian blackouts where there's no electricity, watching JonTron videos I downloaded to my SD card. It was great.
That sounds fun in a weird way. Yeah.
It is quite cozy. But then, we get the fucking thing replaced. I go back, a week later, it's ready. Mom's like, don't break it again. I'm like, I won't do, Mom. I've learned my lesson. And for once in my fucking life, I had actually, and completely unironically, learned my lesson.
Let's go, artillery. Let's go.
So, no, story's not over.
Okay. I'm intrigued. What happened next?
So I go back to high school, and I show all my old friends my phone, and I tell them, look, behold, it's been fixed. And they're all like, oh my god, no way! I'm like, yeah, this phone's indestructible, baby. That's what I'm all about. Meanwhile, one of my elementary school friends, who happens to be in the same school, he saw me throwing my phone 2 weeks earlier, and he knew it was broken. He saw that it became unbroken. And so he was like, I have this amazing thing I want to show my friends. And so, he walks up from right in front of me. And initially I'm thinking, oh, this is just my, this is my elementary school friends. He's coming to say hi. He's coming to see if it's working or whatever. He grabs the fucking, without saying a word, he grabs the phone right out of my hand and throws it 50 fucking meters in the air. He throws it like 100 feet in the air. It went so high, dude. It went so fucking high. And I'm like, shit! What the fuck? And guess what? It slams screen first on the ground.
Oh no, artillery, no!
I didn't do that for. It's like, dude, I thought it was okay. I'm like, it's not okay. I just got it back from repair yesterday. And so I go to pick up the phone, and can you guess?
It's just got a hole straight through it. The phone has shattered into 100,000 pieces.
It's got one of those like fucking anime donuts inside of it. When the villain punches a guy so hard it just goes through him. Just landed on a little perfectly shaped pike on the ground, like a little fucking impaler. Dude, I walk up there as it fell on the rough fucking asphalt. It's not working. The screen's broken again.
Oh.
Dude, why the fuck do you do that for? And then he has the gall to say that I told him to do it. The son of a bitch. I am still mad. We haven't spoken. Elementary school friend. Haven't spoken to him since. Because he refuses to be like, yeah, my bad, dude.
Man, speaking of like durable phones, I just looked and apparently you can still get a Nokia phone. Like they still produce them. Not the same ones from like forever ago, but they still make phones.
But isn't the quality decreased? Like I've dropped an iPhone like a few times and it still works fine.
Yeah,
but Nokia,
these don't look like the same, they don't look like a classic Nokia, but I don't know. I kind of want to get a new phone soon, so
no, listen, the original employees of Nokia made a new Kia. So it's like Nokia phone. I'm pretty sure they like disbanded Nokia and became Nokia's. I think it's
it's probably a separate thing because I'm looking at Nokia right now. Like it's Nokia. It's the actual brand.
Yeah, but there's like Nokia Group. So
is that a separate thing? Huh.
So original Nokia, sorry. They just they were bought out and changed.
Oh, I see this now.
Yeah, so
Nokia Studio, or no, that's not it. Nokia Home.
what the fuck? They don't sell phones anymore? What the fuck?
Oh, actually, wait, no, this isn't the phone company either. This is like helping kids in Africa.
Yeah, what
There's
the
so
fuck?
many
No,
different
get
places
phones!
called Nokia.
Well, whatever. I don't care. But yeah,
Yeah, I don't care about them. Whatever.
honestly, build quality is very important for me. Like when I'm trying to buy something like a phone, because
Yeah,
I'm gonna drop it. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna fucking drop it.
yeah. I mean,
So
I really want to have a new phone in the future where I can change the battery, because that's the
that's
other
that dream's
than
gone.
them spying on me, the only thing I hate about having an iPhone is that I can't self-service it.
Yeah, that train's gone, dude. You can't have your own battery.
I don't know. There's yeah, I don't remember the specific names of them, but there are plenty of like Android phones out there. You can change the battery. But
So you can have like a semi-modular phone, but it's not gonna be a flagship. It's not gonna have like the nicest camera and all the bullshit, which
yeah,
I find sad.
I don't need any of that stuff.
Yeah,
That's for goyams. I don't need any of that.
that's for.
Uh,
Oh my god.
yeah, I have to get another beer and let my cat in my room.
No, don't leave me. No, stay, please, please. I just got you back. I can't lose you again. Come on, Red Sante.
I
What
promise
did I do?
I promise I'll come back. I
I
promise I'll come
promise I'll be
back.
a better podcast host. Please don't leave me.
Bye.
No.
All right.
You should put like the SpongeBob like 12 seconds later clip there. Like make a timestamp.
Yeah, I could do that, or I could just leave this in.
Just the silence. People start wondering, like, what the fuck? Is there something wrong? Did something happen to the podcast? The rest of it is just silent, dude. Just 15 minutes of nothing.
I should edit in more silence than there actually was. Like I was only gone for like 20 seconds. I should edit in like an hour
Dude,
of
shut
silence.
the fuck up. Anyway.
Yeah, so what do we got next on the chopping block? What's going on?
Okay, so there's two options. I can either tell you about my work life, or we can talk about like esoteric Middle Eastern religion.
Okay, you listening in the audience right now, listening to this, do either of those topics sound enthralling to you? Do you want to hear a Syrian man talk about religion and
No, because dude, listen. So remember how I said like Alawite religion is kind of syncretic of Eastern religions? Turns out not really. It's actually very Greek influenced and specifically influenced by the cult of Pythagoras. Pythagoras, the fucking triangle guy.
Yeah, I learned about him. I remember that.
Did you know he was a cult founder, not like an ancient religious cult?
No, my math teacher never mentioned that. Sorry.
So his cult believed in reincarnation and like a bunch of other shit. And it's one of those things where they're talking about like an ancient religion as if it was super weird and esoteric. And meanwhile, I'm in an Arab Greek city. So I'm saying Greek city because it was founded by the Greeks.
I'm gonna eat pasta while you talk about this.
Jesus Christ, you and your fucking pasta.
Okay,
And so-
I made like a comically huge plate of pasta before this podcast. I made way too much on accident, so I've just got a ton of leftovers now.
Yeah, and the
And you
the
know what
audience has
you know what I put on top of my pasta? You know what I put as a topping?
what?
I put hot Cheetos.
No! What the fuck is wrong with you?
Dude, it's pretty
What the
good. It
actual-
adds like it adds like spice, and it adds
Dude,
you
are you
crunch.
autistic? Are you the autistic one here, and I'm just like the mentally sane one? Because that has to be the most fucking mentally retarded thing I've heard in my life.
No, it's pretty good.
Actually, yeah, I wanted to bring this topic up. I'm gonna talk about autistic cooking.
Okay, let's talk
so-
about that.
What I realized is you can kind of cook the same meal every single day, but just change minor ingredients in it. So right now, my cabinet is completely full of pasta and noodles, but it's all like different kinds of pasta and noodles. And every time I add like something new to it. From meats to veggies to fucking whatever, and I just boil it. And at the end I have like a meal. And it's different every time. And then I can pretend to like have electrolytes and shit in it, and it's fucking great. This is not an interesting topic.
I don't know. I think it's it's all right. That's all
Dude,
right.
I can smell the Cheetos coming from your breath. Ah.
Yeah, it probably smells good.
Kill me. We waited. The fans, the garbage mice waited how many months for this podcast, for this update, and this is what they get: fucking Cheeto pasta.
Yeah.
You think Red Dog Richard will remain a fan after this? He's like the most die-hard garbage mice guy, and he will fucking leave. I can hear the pasta in your mouth, dude.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
Stop eating on the podcast.
Well, you know what? I'm not getting paid for this. Our Patreon has what, $1 a month?
I'm getting paid for this. I want the money. You think they're gonna keep paying me if half the show is just a dude eating pasta?
I think that's probably funnier than half the episodes we put out. I think if we uploaded Garbage Mice episode 68 and it was 3 hours worth of me eating pasta, that still wouldn't be our worst episode.
What do you think our worst episode was?
I don't even remember them.
Dude,
like,
honestly,
that's the weird thing about this now is like, you know, sometimes I'll think back to like previous episodes to make sure that I'm not repeating a topic. But it's like I literally can't remember anything I said on like half the episodes we recorded.
I can tell you what the worst episode was.
What? Episode
the one with
Baron von Brunk?
No, that was actually okay. I shit on you a lot for the crypto segment, but it wasn't that long. We've had worse segments. I
deserved it.
No, we've actually had worse segments. No fingers pointed, but I think I'm a little too much into Catholicism.
But what do you think is our worst episode?
Without contention, it's the one with Toot and your friendlyhood.
Oh, the one. Yeah, I guess I didn't think of that one because we didn't actually upload that as an episode, right? Like that's just
it was like an after show. But even the episode we did like to cover for it, I don't think it was such a good episode after all.
Which one was that? Did we have like Rodingling on that one or?
No, I think it was just the two of us. But like even then, it was like kind of oh shit, let's just slap something together real quick.
Yeah,
dude, I still cannot get over. Okay, let's talk about this. What do you think of this whole like I don't know, being rude to own fucking people thing?
Being rude to own someone? Yeah, I mean it works. Like that's the sad thing about it is it works. Like you can just look at like Twitch and all of the like debate people, like the political debaters on Twitch and you know some of them stream on YouTube now. It's like none of them actually like really know what they're talking about. They all just like speak fast and make jokes and you know,
get on people.
Just try to be rude to whoever they're debating, and it works. I mean,
you're right in that it kind of works for popularity, but I really don't like it. Like as a fucking, it just feels wrong and mean spirited. You know, even to artillery back then, it was too much. Even to me, who I would shit on anybody, I felt like it was getting too personal. Like Christ, dude.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You're talking about what your friendlyhood was doing, right? Which it's crazy that we're talking about this like 2 years later, but
it's not just him. Like if it was just him, you can just say, "Oh, he's a insane person," whatever. But he's a sane person. He's a sane person with a YouTube following and a good people who want to hear what he says. And it's not insane people shit. But that's the thing, is that other sane people are doing the exact same mean-spirited, awful shit to other people in order to prove a point.
Mm-hmm.
And it's driving me fucking crazy.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like, I don't know. Like, there's YouTubers who clown on other YouTubers, and they clown in, like, I don't know, not a very mean-spirited way. But then, like, I still remember, like, the whole thing of, like, yeah, and you're gonna kill yourself.
Yeah, that was brutal, man.
When dude was actively talking about, like, child sexual abuse.
Yeah. And by the way,
Yeah.
if you're a real GARBAGEMICE fan, then you probably already know where to find this episode. It is public, even though it's not like public on the channel. So go look for it. I've explained it like a million times, so I'm not going to again.
I'm not going, like, yeah, fair enough, but I just wanted to talk about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it. Recently, I've been dude, work from home is so fucking good.
Work from home is a scam, okay? Dude, working from home is a full-on scam. Like,
does your company pay you to go on dates?
No.
Dude, I have had, like, I was on a ferry once. I was on, like, a coffee shop date once. I was on fucking, what's it called? I was on a bus. A double-decker bus going across cities working from my laptop. Nobody cares. You think I can have that level of freedom working a fucking whatever? No! It's fucking great, dude.
It's a scam.
How is it a scam? Come on, I'll bite. How is it a scam?
I think I'm just being salty because I know a lot of people that make a lot of money doing like 4 hours of work every week. And I hate it.
That's me. Dude, why have a work-life balance where you can just have a no-work balance? Where you just don't have to work. That's great. I love it.
Yeah, I don't know. That just seems so stupid to me. Like,
but dude, sometimes
I like that I go, maybe not anymore because I got laid off. But
fucking unemployed.
I like actually going into work.
Oh wait,
it's like,
is this why you're recording now? Because you got laid off and you have fucking free time?
I got laid off like a month ago, but yeah.
You fucking bitch! Yeah, dude, I'm like working during my studies. I'm working during classes. It's fucking great. Nobody's wiser. Nobody is. Nobody cares. It's lovely. I love my freedom. Actually, oh my god, and even then, when I go actually and work in the office, guess what? We had like a couple I'm the tech guy, right? So we had a couple laptops that both had different problems. So I just amalgamated their parts into one laptop that is super fucked up and one laptop that is not fucked up. And
so you just made like a cancer patient laptop, like a
Frankenstein
laptop out of
it's like an organ transplant.
Harvested parts.
It's like a an organ transplant, right? Like one of you is gonna die, one of you is gonna live. One of you, your brain is fucked up. The other person just has a heart problem. Let's just get the unhealthy heart, put it in the unhealthy brain, and get the right heart in the right place. Kind of like that.
Okay.
And so I had this functional laptop, but oh no, what misery! Our company files are protected by like encryption, and so I can't access the hard drive. All I can do is format this computer entirely. Oh no. So I get permission from my higher ups and I do that, and guess what? For the next like 2 months, every time I go to the office, I'll be like, hello, I am here to do updates on spare laptops. And I would take the Frankenstein laptop and I would play Minecraft on it. I have Minecraft on company property. And I was just playing on like fucking Anarchy Minecraft servers from my office. From the office where anybody can just waltz in. I got a computer, I'm doing work here, yes, I'm productive. Alright, everybody left, cool, boom. What's up, my gamer word?
Man, that reminds me of someone I know, they're someone they're related to is like a government employee, and they wanted to pirate movies on the government issued laptop that is like technically property of the government. So they have like torrenting software and a VPN, and they're downloading pirated movies onto a government property laptop.
That is unfathomably based.
Yeah, I think it's kind of funny.
But yeah, every once in a while, actually, whenever I go to the office, I'm reminded that I live in Vancouver. The other day, me and a family member were walking down. I'm not saying fucking family member. Me and my brother, like everybody knows about like shit. And so this guy, like a group of like 3 6'5" homeless people run past us. I don't know why. They were all giants. They were all like super skinny meth heads, but they were all gigantic. And they run past us at Mark 5. One of them trips over, and the other two just start kicking the shit out of him. and we're just walking by. Now me, I'm just like, okay, let's just ignore the situation and pretend nothing's happening. And then my brother
you can't ignore that. You got to start shouting, "World Star! World Star!"
My brother yells like, he's on the ground, like leave him. Like he's on the ground, he's done, leave him. And I look at my brother, and I look at those guys, and I'm like, well, time to die fighting. Time to die like a true Spartan. But they actually leave the guy. And so it's all these random instances of violence I see around me all the time. Like, dude, Syrian streets are not this fucking violent. Like, in comparison, in Syria you're more likely to die, but in Vancouver you're more likely to be beat up by a fucking meth head. And I don't know which is worse. Well, probably Syria. Actually, no, now that I think about it, it's definitely Syria. Like, fuck that place.
Mm-hmm.
Man. Fuck,
Yeah, I mean, you've definitely done your fair share of talking good about Syria, talking good about home country, but this whole time I've kind of doubted that it's actually, much better than here.
Okay,
than
you
the
want
United
me to be
States and
completely
Canada.
honest? I was like, what do you call it? Like nostalgia driven. Like my whole purpose in life. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Like I had a girlfriend there, so I'm like, oh, I want to go back there. I want to see like all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And after we broke up, all of a sudden I realized, no, what the fuck? What? What am I doing? Why do I want to go back there? What the fuck is wrong with you? Get the fuck out of there! Get that place out of your mind. What I do miss some of the people, and I do miss like the historic archaeological artifacts all around me. Like, dude, I can't live with this anymore. I bought like ancient Aztec and Greek clay stones. No, I'm not kidding. Right now, above my computer set are a pair of like 700-year-old Aztec ceramic ruin heads. And I just have them there because I have this innate human need to connect with the past. In Syria, you have a lot of that, and here you don't. In Syria, it's also very walkable because it's an old world country, while here it's the new world and it's all about around cars. Like, I'm not gonna lie, there are aspects in which living in Syria would be beneficial and more helpful, and not more helpful, but like a little better than living here. You go there and you're like, wow, the people are more local, the culture is more refined. People, the stores are not fucking Walmart every 5 blocks. Quite nice. But then, you come here and you're like, you know what? No, this place has this upside too. There's food, there's water, there's electricity.
For now.
Dude, you say for now, and I'm thinking to myself, like, this, you don't understand how a country... Listen, Red Sante, let me break this down for you, okay?
Okay.
My my family unit in Syria makes around 300 300 Syrian grand of Syrian pounds. You know how much a kilogram of beef costs there? 200,000.
Oh, okay.
So you want to eat some steak? That's going to be like, you can eat 1.5 kilograms of steak a month, and then you have no money for anything else in the fucking world.
Yeah.
Money there is a big issue. Electricity. Yeah, let's just talk about electricity, right? Electricity. It's this thing you take for granted. 1 hour of electricity a day.
Yeah. You know,
like, okay, there was this outage in Texas one time for a month. In Syria, it's been 11 years, dude. We kind of got tired of it. You kind of get used to it near the end, okay? You kind of forget that actually it's quite nice to have central heating in your home. How about umbrellas? It is nice to be able to afford umbrellas, isn't it, Red Sante? And I say that because Syria's been flooded for the past couple of... Fuck that place!
I don't have an umbrella.
Oh, right, I forgot, you're white. You just walk in the rain like a psychopath.
Yeah, I do.
White people and their rain.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, but you know what also is funny? Here in... It's actually not in Vancouver, it's in Surrey. I had to go to Surrey once for a friend's event. And I had to stop at Surrey Central SkyTrain station. I get off the train. I walk down the stairs. I exit the gate, and I go down on the street. And what I see in front of me is something so funny I cannot begin to describe it. Though I will make an attempt. Across the street from me is a tent with Islamic evangelism. Islamic... No, it's like, read the Quran. They're distributing free Qurans. Just like a bunch of brown dudes with beards, like stereotypical Muslims, telling people about the good word of Allah and how women are property. And that's kind of based, I'm not going to get into that. It's whatever. Let's let them do their own thing. They want to evangelize, that's fine. But those actions actually were very inspiring to a group of people. Because right across the street from them were a group of people who were very inspired by this act. A group of like 50 Christian evangelists. All wearing those fucking signs, the ones you hang over your body, and like signs above, like, believe in the gospel, repent and believe in the gospel. And they were also distributing like Bibles. They had like 4 tents. 4 tents. The Muslims had
civil war going on.
They got 4 tents distributing Bibles right across the street, and it's like a 8-foot street. Okay, it can barely fit 2 cars. It's one of those streets that's actually like paved for pedestrians.
So they're like throwing tomatoes at each other. They're within throwing distance.
They're within Bible throwing range. I swear to God.
They're gonna start ripping like pages out of Psalms and making like ninja star, paper origami things out of them, and just throwing them across.
And so on one side you got like 5 Muslims, like distributing Qurans to whoever walks by, and the other half you have like 50 Christians, and they're all different denominations too. But it's mostly Protestants. You got like evangelists. You got like fucking Mormons. You got Mormons there.
The one thing that brings all of the Christian denominations together is the hatred of Muslims. That's the one thing.
It was so fucking funny, and I'm just standing there watching this quiet protest unfold, and you can tell like in my mind I'm looking at the Muslims and I'm thinking, they look kind of tired. I bet they want to go home, but I bet they also are not gonna do it because that would be admitting defeat. And so it's like this weird stalemate. I don't know how long they lasted. I was waiting for my bus for like an hour. I'm like, on God, and they were just sitting there fucking this whole time. It was great. I love it so much.
Sounds like the real Canadian experience. Very diverse, very inclusive.
Actually, I was in over there I was not actually like Surrey was just on the way. It was like something like in like the southern mainland. But recently one of my friends got married.
Yeah, really? Did you go to the wedding or did you get invited?
Yeah, that's what I was going for. No, I wasn't invited. I crashed the wedding. When they're all saying the vows, I said no, I don't actually. And here's 10 reasons why.
That's a very garbage mice thing to do.
No, I was invited. I was at the reception. It was great.
That's cool.
We danced. Actually, it was one of those weird things where we started square dance. Okay, I'm gonna go on this rant real quick. I'm gonna diversify the topic just for a second.
Yeah,
Have you ever done square dancing?
Maybe at like a school dance.
It's like very popular with Christians and Catholics.
Yeah,
and
I mean, I went to Christian schools, so yeah, I'm thinking like maybe at like a school, like a middle school dance or something.
So I actually like the concept of square dancing, but every time I've went, and even when I'm doing it with like semi-experienced people, people who have been Catholic all their lives, and they use square dancing to talk to to get to know the other person. Ooh, even then, what I've noticed is they cannot keep a beat to save their fucking lives. Okay, unless I'm dancing with the instructor, because you're supposed to like let the woman spin and then fall back and then come back, and they're supposed to do it in like movements of 6. So like you move like one leg on 2 beats, and then 2 leg moves on 2 beats, and so it's a total of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, every single fucking time when I try to do this weird little formal ballroom dance with them, they fuck up the beat. And, first couple times, first 8 times, whatever, I'm fine with it. And we lose the beat. We're no longer dancing to the song. I don't know what the fuck we're doing anymore. I'm just trying to spin her like 8 times in a row so we can get back on the right foot. And whatever, right? I'm fine.
I mean, that's like a weird time signature to keep, though. To be fair to the woman here. Like,
yeah, no, it makes sense on songs.
If it were just like 4 beats, that would fit better with most songs are in 4/4. So
you're right. But this is supposed to be like on 3/4 songs, first of all, and second of all, it's also like how do I say it? It's supposed to be on 3/4, and when you're not spinning, actually, they can keep the beat. Like if you're just dancing around each other, just like doing the moves, they're fine. But once you try to spin them, something in their mind just goes away, and they're like, "Oh, I want to get this done as fast as possible." It just drives me up a wall. Like if they slow down just a little bit on the spin, and you know what, the spin timing is a little awkward as well. I will admit this. The spin leg timing is awkward. But what really pisses me off is like every once in a while I will meet someone who's like very experienced in square dancing, and we will have a very nice dance, and we will both keep a beat, and it'll be like a little magical moment of like, wow, you can count. You can count to 6.
You can
I'm so proud of you.
congratulate them.
I'm so proud of you. And for a moment there, I'd be like, wow, maybe it is worth a shot after all. And then I'll go back to a woman who doesn't know how to do this shit. I'm like, it's like that scene in what's it called, the fucking Whiplash movie, where the guy keeps yelling at everybody. Like that's me internally. Like externally, I'm still trying to keep
artillery, drag it.
I'm trying to like smile and show like, hey, I'm compassionate. I understand. It's fine. I don't care about it that much. I care about it a lot. I come from a long line of musicians. It is part of my DNA. And you guys are ruining it for me, okay? I'm not. I had a half chop when we started this. It's gone.
Oh man.
Anyway,
so who are you dancing with at this wedding? Who were the baddies at the wedding that you were rizzing up? I'm trying to get this podcast out to the Zoomers, so I've learned some new vocabulary. If you couldn't tell.
Damn it. I rizzed up Retzante's sister, actually. We went on a couple dates after.
Okay, artillery. Okay. Come down to my house right now for the Spinner of Cursed Dinners, I'll have my boxing gloves on ready for you.
I was there while you were gone. Did you know that? Your sister had me over.
Oh, man. While I was in Syria with your sister? Oh.
Yep. Well, what do I care for? She's in Syria. She can go fuck herself. Anyway. Oh, and I had some bathroom shenanigans. I just wrote down in the ideas channel. Friend's wedding, waking up in bath. Oh yeah, I remember.
Waking up in the bathroom.
No. So I had some bathroom shenanigans. Okay. So I make it to the wedding ceremony. So like the big big mass event, right? Where everybody's formal. All the people are invited, including the people who are not invited to the reception, but are kind of like acquaintances, whatever. So and again, these people are devout as fuck. They are like this matters a lot. And I arrived just on time because I thought it would be an hour later than it actually was. And so when I left my house, it was already like I was fighting time. I had to get an Uber. It was insane. And so I arrive. Very, very what's the word? Is there a word in English for really need to piss my pants?
I think it's probably a curse word, but
well, anyway.
Yeah.
So
I'm not allowed to say that around these parts.
I arrive at the church, and I'm like, okay, let me go in there. And I go in there. I'm like, nope, not gonna be able to make it. Gotta go around. So, but I met a couple of friends. I'm like, whatever. I ask all my friends for where the bathroom is. They tell me, I don't know, go around the church. So I go around the church. I go in the alley, and wait. Actually, no. One of them tells me, okay, so go around the church to the right, and then into the sidewalk, and you will see an auxiliary building where there is a bathroom. I'm like, great, thank God, thank you so much, God bless. And so I walk over there, and over there I meet the what's a male bride?
A male bride, a groom.
Yeah, a groom. I meet the groom's father. I'm like, hey sir, it's so good to see you. Congratulations! And like, I'm so happy for you. Do you know where the bathroom is? He's like, yeah, just go the other way. Just go to the other way around the church. And it's a really big church, okay?
Oh no.
It is like one of the biggest churches in like all of BC. And I'm like, well, it makes sense that I would go around the wrong side because I'm fucking stupid. So I better trust this man. He seems trustworthy. So I go around the church all the way around into an alleyway. And the alleyway is like very not bathroomy. And at this point, I am almost giving up and being like, well, this is a holy building. But I bet God will understand. When all of a sudden a priest comes out. The priest! And luckily I have not pulled my pants down yet, so this is still salvageable. And so I asked him like, Father, where's the bathroom? He's like, it's the other way around the church. The guy's dad had sent me the wrong way.
I mean,
at this point,
it's the priests. Are you saying, pray for me, pray I make it around to the other side?
At this point, I'm running. Like, I got like my nicest suit on as well, but I'm running. And I finally make it. And, it's done, and I make it back to the mass before it starts, and thank God, and, I clap for them, I'm happy with it. And another weird thing was, I'm so used to Catholic mass, that for a second I forgot like it was a marriage mass. So when they start going off script, I'm like, wait, what's going on? And then like the bride and groom walk in, I'm like, oh!
You're like, oh,
so that's
okay.
why I'm here on a Wednesday. And so, mass happens, yada yada. And then we go to reception. Like a while. But this is the thing I wanted to talk to you about.
Yeah.
Both these, both the bride and groom, for one of them, this is like straight up their first relationship. And, they've known each other for years, like 4 years, but, maybe I shouldn't be talking specifics. If you could cut that part out. But they have not been dating for very long.
Yeah.
And, again, they're in their early 20s. Part of me is like, yeah, getting married young, that's based, and I'm pretty sure, like, these two in particular are quite mature. But on the other hand, like, I can tell that these are like the 23, that kind of 23-year-olds who have their own personal issues to kind of work through. Like, no, I'm not saying they're unstable or like fucking insane or batshit or whatever, but like maybe delaying this by a year and a half would have been useful. I don't know. Just my 2 cents. Especially that these are Catholics who don't believe in contraceptives.
Oh no. Yeah.
Like, and it's not like the kind. I'm telling you already. Like, I'm not sure about the bride, but the groom is not the type of guy who would go against God by buying a condom.
Oh man, that poor kid.
Oh, and did I mention that they're not having any children? It's a sexless marriage.
Oh, man.
I'm not sure it's a sexless marriage actually, but it makes like
That's not. That can't be healthy. Come on, that can't be
like
good.
they probably have like are doing some sort of foreplay, but like this is one of the things where I've actually had conversations with this dude about it, and he's like, "Well, it's got to be open to life, sex." So I don't know, man. Like there are ways to time it with the period of the woman so that she doesn't get pregnant, but like I don't know, like the whole thing. Let's forget about the whole contraceptives thing for a second. Let's forget about all that.
Well, just thinking about like getting married young. I mean, that's an interesting discussion to have because I mean, it's a relatively recent thing. Despite what a lot of people will tell you, it's actually a relatively recent thing to get married so young. Like the 20th century was, at least in the American context, where I'm from, that was like the time when people were getting married really young and having kids really young. But that's not something that's been historically very prevalent unless you were like a king and you were a pedophile.
I was just about to bring up
that was very, very prevalent among the elite and the ruling class, throughout all of history. But when it comes to just like average people, it's not healthy for a teenager to get pregnant, and it's never been a very common thing.
Some of these things just don't change. What can I say?
Yeah. It was happening on Epstein's Island, and it was happening on, it was happening everywhere. It's been happening everywhere.
Dude, you know why Hadrian, the Roman emperor, killed like 500,000 Jews?
I'm gonna guess, they're Jews, so they were probably all evil.
No, it's because his underage boyfriend like killed himself.
Oh. So what's the logic there?
No, because he was like, sad and sulking and being all
he was
edgy.
Just sad.
and so he was just like sulking in his palace. And so he heard about this rebellion going on in like the shithole of all of Rome, and he was like, "Well, time to take out my anger."
Oh man.
Yeah, but that is something interesting.
It's always been normal to have your first child in like your late 20s. It's never been normal for like teenagers to be starting families.
Was it though? Like especially in ancient times, I don't know. Like, was it something that human beings are supposed to do? And another thing people will bring up is like divorce rates. If you marry, but this goes. I think this is an interesting discussion. The earlier somebody gets married, the less likely they are to get divorced or have an unhappy marriage. That seems to be like the consensus with research.
If I had to take a guess, this is not something I've thought about. If I were to just on the fly come up with a guess as to why that is, I mean, there are certain types of people who are just naturally more agreeable and charismatic, and just, for lack of a better term, they're just better people. Like, they're easy to get along with, and they're compassionate, and they're nice. They have a lot of good qualities about them. Don't you think it would make sense that those people would find each other at a young age? And they would, get not even necessarily at a young age, but if they were to find each other at a young age,
They would get
then
married.
they would realize like, oh wow, I've got to keep her here, and they would, they would get married and never separate. Like that seems to me, if I just had to come up with a guess on the fly as to why that is, that's probably why, in my opinion.
You're probably right. And there's
Yeah.
another discussion to be had as well, which is like, it is also better to have children while you're younger so you can more easily relate to them and raise them as they grow up.
Yeah.
See, let's talk about it like this. If you have a child in your mid-30s, then all of a sudden, when that kid is like 15, you're 50.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's the point where your body starts to deteriorate more rapidly, and you start, like, it's harder to rein them in. You don't have that mental capacity to, like, slow them down. But if you have a child at, like, 25, then you're 40.
Yeah.
Which is, like...
Which is the healthiest age, by the way. That's, like, for both men and women, that is the healthiest age to have a child is 25, which...
Yeah.
Maybe I gotta pick things up, man. I got I got like a year and a half left before I'll be 25. Maybe I gotta speed things up here.
If you don't have a child by 26, life's over. You should just kill yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Wise words from artillery.
For the record, I do not condone anybody self-harming or self-killing. Dude, YouTube's getting so good with automatically detecting words that I'm fucking scared.
Yeah. Hey, YouTube, I'm gonna go grab another beer from the fridge and drink myself to death.
So listen. Every time I hear like in a video right now or subscribe and I'm watching on my computer,
it'll like glow. It'll like pop out at you. It'll jump scare you.
It terrifies me. Like, what the fuck? And then I realized, no, it just got so good at recognizing these words, like.
Yeah. I'm gonna get more beer. Give me a minute.
Hey, I'm gonna give the subscribers, the Garbage Mice listeners a little bit of a rave. Subscribe, like, subscribe. I'm not actually no fuck. This is gay as fuck. Don't do.
What did you just say while I was gone? What did you say?
I said that like this whole like I don't want to say these words anymore. It feels fucking dirty.
I'll just have to listen back to it in the recording.
It just sounds dirty. No, because I was doing it with like the intention of like having those things at the bottom like glow and do a little stupid fucking rave.
Subscribe.
Shut the fuck up. It makes me feel like I'm sounding like an influencer, and I hate that so much.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You just did it. I bet you know the feeling.
Yeah. Make sure to like and subscribe to the GARBAGEMICE podcast.
Jeez. Actually, again, about this whole like getting married thing.
Yeah.
Do you remember the blue-haired girl?
Oh, from like episode 2?
Yeah, like that crazy woman. She has a baby now.
Inside or outside of a marriage?
Can you guess?
Oh, I can guess. I've never been more confident about anything before. I am very confident I can guess.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of sad to me, to be honest, and like I don't know. She's young and stupid, but again, she does this. She did this to herself. I feel bad for both her and her baby in a way. Like when we talked, she mentioned nothing about like a boyfriend or whatever, and so it just kind of like.
Do you think that we are going to enter the world of Idiocracy because like have you seen the intro sequence to Idiocracy where the dumb
smart people
have kids and the smart people don't? Do you think that's going to happen? Do you think that the average IQ is just going to go down because of that?
No, because it's a self-correcting problem, right?
How so?
All the dumb people, like, they keep going and going and going until all of a sudden, boom, this whole entire world is fucked. And so, the whole saying, good times create bad, weak men.
Yeah, the weak men create hard times, yeah.
Yeah, this whole fucking circle. It's,
so
if something is
there's going to be a culling of the herd?
Not in that particular way, no, but I feel like there's going to be more requirements to be able to successfully reproduce later. And it's not going to happen within our generation or a couple generations, but like if you're not able to provide for yourself, you will not, like, you'll live, but you'll not get married.
I know there's the theory that Microsoft has a patent for a birth control chip that can be injected into your system, potentially through a vaccine, and it can be remotely turned on and off.
Hey, don't say that word.
So-
Don't stop. You just said the V word.
Oh, my bad.
Shit in the episode and go and remove it.
Censor.
You.
I would rather blow my head in half with a double barrel shotgun than censor myself on this podcast.
Dude, that's what's gonna get this episode taken down.
I have never censored myself on this podcast. Like, I've taken out like sections of dead air. I've taken out sections because they were boring.
Just take that word out, man. Just take that one word out.
I will.
All right.
It'll be the
promise.
It'll be the first time ever. I promise. It'll be the first time ever that I censor myself.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh man.
But this whole thing.
It feels bad, man. It feels bad to have to censor myself. Oh, come on.
Because let me tell you something about that girl. Okay? She's a little quick-witted, so it's not like she's completely dumb.
Oh, you're talking about the blue-haired girl now.
The blue-haired girl, yeah. But on my journey to self-realization and self-acceptance and fulfillment and happiness, I've come to the conclusion that therapy is kind of gay. Just a little bit. I still think it's a good thing, but I think it's a little gay.
Yeah, some people need it for some things, but overall, it's probably not good.
No, look, my view is that it's good, but it makes me wonder one thing. How much is it nature versus nurture, right? Therapy, like, one of the whole points about therapy is that you're a product of your environment, and the things that you go through kind of build you up to be the person you are. And so a lot of those negative traits that are inherent to you are due to things that happen to you, which makes sense. Which, again, to somebody who grew up without a father figure, they will try to go to a father figure. And if you read attachment theory, which I'm a firm believer in, it's going to explain to you why certain people act in certain self-destructive ways.
Yeah.
Fearful avoidance and what that. Which is, they crave something and it's inherent to human nature. And therapy will tell you that trauma kind of manifests itself in self-protective ways that are more harmful to others once you're out of that traumatic situation, but that you keep going. And it kind of got me thinking, how much leeway should we give a person who is harming others around them? And I'm not talking like murder or whatever, but I'm talking like somebody who's a little disturbed, right? A little like a narcissist or a bipolar bitch or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think?
I mean, I tend to have the Christian perspective with those people. Like, I have to remind myself, like, okay, this person's going to die one day. And assuming that they're a believer, then, all these parts of them that I hate are going to be taken out of them. And they're going to be a pure soul sent up to heaven. So, maybe I can hate those aspects of them now because they're annoying me. But that's not something that's going to be a part of them forever.
Fair point. Point. But
in terms of what to do with them on Earth now, while they're here, I don't want to talk to them.
No, that's perfectly fine. If somebody's like hurtful.
The way that I've always kind of dealt with that is I just ignore it. Like, personally, like if someone's exhibiting behavior that I find to be offensive and that I think is dumb and unthoughtful and rude, I'll just try to ignore it. I'll try to avoid it. It's better to not confront that head on and get into like a fist fight over it. Like, it's just not worth it sometimes.
Honestly, it is.
It would help them to have like a beating over that. Like, a lot of people need that. There are a lot of people that you can kind of tell they've never had a beating in their life for saying something stupid. And But I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be the one to do that for you. Maybe it would help you, but I'm not gonna get my knuckles all bloody to help you. That's not my role in your life.
Speaking of helping people at a cost, this reminds me of something. So in one of my classes, we actually learned about this. Uh, false memory and how human memory is like very manipulatable.
Oh yeah, didn't Emp Lemon do a video on that?
Did he? Maybe he did.
He did a video on the Mandela effect, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's kind of similar, but not really. It's more like well researched and into like we heard
Yeah,
a
unlike Emp
lecture.
Lemon videos.
Well, he is well researched and all,
Yeah, mostly, yeah.
but the idea came up of like, how do I explain this? How do you like, if it were possible to help people in therapy by implanting them with false memories or giving them false perceptions of events that actually happened to them, traumatic memories, like reshaping how they view their childhood in a false way, but in a way that will lead them to be better people.
Hmm.
What do you think about that?
I mean, maybe there has to be like a significant age gate on that. Like you have to be like at least 25. Like that's what I'd say. Like if we were to implement some kind of program, like we could prove that it works. Yeah, maybe say like, oh, you have to be at least like 25 to consent to this.
A lot of people thought that it was very like creepy in class, which is like,
Oh, it definitely is, but what's the alternative? Have a bunch of people who, didn't grow up with dads and they are messed up and they have, they're completely neurotic and they're incapable of joining the workforce. They're incapable of reproducing because they had such completely terrible childhoods.
Actually, speaking of like completely neurotic people, this reminds me of a conversation I had. So, again, in one of those Catholic circles, I met this guy, and we had a very interesting, though near the end, kind of sad conversation. Where, how can I say this? Like, it's a guy who swallowed the entire pill of like Andrew Tate and all this like hypermasculine bullshit, like overcompensating by hypermasculinity. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
And so he was arguing for the position that men should never have nor express feelings.
And that just doesn't pan out in reality. Like most, that's the weird thing that I've, the thing that always comes to mind when I hear that argument is that every drop of personal experience with women that I have ever had, it leads me to believe the opposite. It's like there are a lot of women that will be interested in your feelings. I guess if you're someone who's just like naturally repulsive, like if you're someone who is not charismatic in any way and you're not able to get people interested in you, then sure, they don't care about your feelings. But if you're an interesting person, then a lot of people will take interest to your feelings.
It is very
there are a lot of
interesting
people who really want to know more about you if you connect with them on some level.
It is very interesting you to say this because a lot of the arguments that he made, and it's not arguments, but like most of the experiences that he talked about, were like he'd be with a woman and he'd tell her his feelings, or she would fucking. I'm gonna be honest, the guy might just be a little autistic. Like a girl would come on hard to him, like harder than any girl has ever come on to me, and he would reply to that with like some sentimental bullshit. And so in his mind, it kind of like proved that people like women would get repulsed if men show feelings and whatnot.
Well, no, it's just the wrong time. Like when someone is truly interested in you, like in a relationship, they will want to know everything about you, including your feelings. Like that's just not true to say like that they never want to know your feelings. It's like no.
Yeah, that is actually the healthy way. And I tried to like argue with him, even like. He's Catholic, right? So I tell him, like, dude, you say men should not have feelings, and it's even like an argument he made that I told him, like, okay, so what if a guy who's like fought with another dude in the military, like life or death scenarios, they were all there together for each other 100% of the time. What if he cries at his funeral? because a brother in arms just died, and he actually, well, he's just being selfish. He's just being a little shit, and I, I'm not gonna tell him he's stupid because it's consistent with his morality or his view at least, but it's obviously a stupid thing to think. And so I tell him, well, dude, guess what? What does it say in the gospel? It was like the Gospel of John, right? When Jesus saw Lazarus, or Lazarus's tomb, he cried. Jesus wept. And so I tell
Hmm.
him, well, in that way, you're saying that Jesus was not completely a man. He was not being an
He
ideal man.
wasn't based and tape pilled.
He wasn't based in Tateville. And so his response was like, "Oh, but that gospel is a little like what's it called, like Gnostic or esoteric or whatever. Like it's he's calling its validity into question because Jesus wept. You know,
Yeah, I don't think that's a very good reason.
is not a
I mean,
very good
you would
reason at
have to
all.
explain that to me. I don't know. Maybe he's got a deeper thought process. He'd have to explain that.
No. His whole thought process is that like that gospel is a little esoteric. Like it was not as authentic as the others that showed Jesus in a more like masculine light. So this means that maybe a lot of it was like to placate people or like to appeal to people, and so it should be like lines like Jesus wept should be disregarded.
Okay.
That's his line of reasoning.
Huh.
What do you think about Jesus wept?
About Jesus weeping, I mean, it definitely shows that he was human. That's
I know.
it's a very human emotion to have.
Yeah.
And it's yeah. I mean, it's definitely okay to weep sometimes. It's like there are a lot of things that can cause you to weep. Experiencing strong emotion, that's a very real thing.
Yeah, but according to him, and another thing he mentioned is that like he used to be kind of neurotic, the friend, the guy I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And it was a very interesting conversation. Like until the point he started to attack me semantically. Because we were talking about like emotions, and I'm coming from the point like if you don't experience your own emotions, if you don't acknowledge them, then they're just gonna build up inside you and fucking smother you. They're just gonna kill you. Like you're gonna wake up a hot mess one day. And so initially we're like talking about women and how women like they want a strong man who like never shows emotions. And so I bring up like women as like I'm talking about a hypothetical relationship situation, and I say partner, and he starts attacking that like, what are you, gay? Why are you saying partner? And I'm like, what? And he's like, dude, gays use that word all the time. What are you, a gay? I'm like, no, it's just the word for somebody in a relationship with. He's like, say wife. I'm talking from both the perspective of a man and woman, dude. And then what was it? Like we continued this conversation. And he's like, you look so upset right now. You sound so upset. Are you gonna cry? Are you gonna cry? And I'm just sitting there like, dude, does it look like I'm gonna cry? Like all of a sudden, we're just having a normal conversation. He's like, "Oh, you're gonna cry now?" Like we're on fucking Reddit.
Oh, I'm gonna downvote you. Are you gonna cry?
Are you gonna cry? Are you gonna cry? I'm just sitting there like, dude, we were having like such an interesting conversation 10 seconds ago because we're both coming at this issue from completely different ways. And despite him being a lot older than I am, I can like tell like I have a little more life experience than he does. Uh, and then he just comes out with this like, "Oh, did I make you emotional now?" I don't know, man. It was kind of a sad conversation.
Yeah, that
Like,
doesn't sound good. That sounds like a person that I probably wouldn't really talk to much after that.
yeah, it seems like the way things are going. Sadly, otherwise he was interesting to talk to. He was quite based in other subjects,
Huh.
but based does not always equal mentally sane. Sometimes it equals fucking far gone.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. Luckily, not me. I am a very well-adjusted member of society. Kill all members of group I don't like.
Kill all the. I can't say that. I'd have to censor it if I said that.
What did you? Yeah, we have. What do you mean censor it? You have to fucking hide from the feds. But yeah, that was kind of one of the more interesting things. I want to answer some Patreon questions before. Well,
yeah, dude, they've
Garbage
been
questions.
piling up. They have been
And they've been
piling up
mad
like
at me.
crazy.
They've been mad at me for like responding to them in chat rather than in fucking whatever.
Okay, so
let
most
me
recent
start.
question is
No, not most recent. I'm gonna start from my own way.
Okay,
So
go ahead.
Sintola asks, "What's the official Garbage Mice stand on Israel versus Palestine?"
Well, Israel versus Palestine. Okay, I have an answer to this. Israel versus Palestine has radicalized the Zoomers against the Jews. And I can stand for that. I think that is based. I think it is red-pilled. I'm all for it. I hope that Israel and Palestine fight each other until the day that I die, because every young person that sees the Palestinians standing up to the Jews, you know, they have become red-pilled. They hate the Jews too. They're just like me for real.
Stop saying that. You're gonna get us demonetized.
Demonetized? Demonetized? We don't make any money. We're not monetized.
Yeah, I think that ship has sailed. Anyways, my official stance is, have you ever met an Arab? We are very annoying.
Oh, I know.
So I stand for however many of us die as humanly possible. You know, my hatred for the Merchants Guild is not as strong as my self-loathing. So that's my stance.
Oh man. All right. What other questions do we have?
All right, let me go down. Oh yeah, Arg says we stand with the U.S. military-industrial complex, which I believe is Little Pizza Box's position. Number one Eggy hater, aka Daft iCup, asks me, "Do you hate me?" The answer is not as much as Richard.
Yeah.
Okay, one
I don't know.
second.
iCup had a change of heart recently. He went back and edited his comment saying that I should be kicked off of the podcast. And he redacted that statement. So I am now an iCup fan.
This is exactly why I hate him. You know, I thought he was an artillery fan. Turns out, no, he's a Ritsante stan.
Yeah.
Any comment on the earthquake in Hawaii? Was there an earthquake in Hawaii? Question for Reactor. Do you really wear glasses? I'm going to go ask him right now. Okay, here we go. Question for both from Sintola. What type of music do you guys listen to?
Anything that isn't cringe. Unless it's a good kind of cringe. I like a good kind of cringe. You know, I like that early 2000s cringe. I'll listen to like old Taylor Swift. You know, that's good cringe. Oh my god.
Dude, speaking of good cringe, Black Eyed Peas. Like, Black that's good Peas? Cringe.
Hold on. I gotta...
Let's get retarded in here.
Okay, that's a good kind of cringe.
That is a good kind of cringe.
Yeah, like there's a good kind of cringe that I'm like a sucker for. But other than that, it's... You know, I like a lot of old music. I'm a boomer in that way. I like a lot of classic rock, a lot of classic rap.
So I actually listen to a lot of international classic music, Italian, Russian, whatnot. I love Russian post-punk most, and then vaporwave as well. Like, those are my top two. But I also listen to like a huge variety of genres, dude. It's unreal. Italian is good for me. Question for Red Sante. What are your views on Bashar al-Assad? If you don't know who that is the evil dictator we watched like 2 hours ago.
Yeah. What are my views on him? I think I made it very clear what my views on him are when I screamed loudly into my microphone about how based he was.
All right, question for Artillery.
I wish that he was on episode 9. I wish that we got to interview him on episode 9.
You keep referencing episode 9. Wait, was it the one we took down because it was a little too
it was the one where we said 6 million wasn't enough.
That was the title and the thumbnail. Oh my god.
Yeah, we had Hitler in the thumbnail.
I just remember. Oh my god, yeah, I remember.
This was like 2 years ago, so I don't blame you for forgetting.
I was so unhinged back then. Like, this is the type of shit I wouldn't say anymore.
You were so unhinged that you told it to your coworkers. You were like, yo, look at this. Look at Garbage Mice episode 9.
Look at how much I hate the Merchants Guild. Question for artillery. Okay, just to clarify real quick, because there is a possibility. There isn't a possibility. I just want to clarify. I'm not actually prejudiced against any group, including the Jews. I kind of like them actually. Kind of cool.
What do you like them for?
Good question. Moving on.
Oh yeah, moving on.
Question for artillery. Which crypto is the best to invest in? Okay, so there is this coin called Wow Nero, and it's a little bit of a shit.
What?
What? Wow Nero.
Wow Nero?
Remember how earlier, like before recording, I told you I want to see your live reaction to like this coin.
Okay, you want to send me something about it?
Yeah, so I want you to stream this. I want you to actually stream this.
Oh, I gotta pull it up again? Okay, we're gonna have to take a pause then.
Yeah.
But we can do that.
But let me just tell this to the audience. It's not gonna be something you have to like watch. It's not gonna be something it's like you're forced to watch. This is gonna be something we can narrate. Alright, don't forget to censor vaccine.
Yeah, I mean I'm gonna listen to this all the way through, so it'll be alright.
So I'm watching. Ready?
Alright, so we're back. So I have this pulled up here. Let me make sure.
Yeah. The future is wow.
The future is wow. Oh dude, that's epic. Okay.
Wow Nero is a Doge inspired CPU mineable, solo mining only, privacy respecting meme coin. So I want to say this. This coin is not at all untraceable. As a matter of fact, it is very traceable. Source on that, you can trust me, bro. So feds, I am not promoting a privacy coin. This is not a privacy thing. This is purely for the memes. It has no other utility than the memes. I swear to God. Anyways, can you go up? Can you go up? Can you go up? I want to show you something. So if you can open the roadmap real quick to see what they want to do with the coin.
What is this?
It's the road to El Dorado, my friend.
Oh, this is the road to this is the like
El Dorado. At the bottom, right there, you can see it. That's where they end. Now you start with the ship, then you go to the big birds. Like there's two big birds, and then like a fish and a skull in flames, and then some dude, and then a dragon, and then you reach El Dorado, my friend. That's where we're going with this.
I was gonna say this is like the map to the island in How to Train Your Dragon, the movie. This is
yeah. If you can go back now, if you can go back to the main website, on a more serious point, and with more technical terms and technical jargon to actually know what this coin is about, if you can click the white paper, please.
The white paper? Huh?
It's just a white paper.
It's just a white paper.
So
I thought it wasn't loading at first.
So that is the coin.
White paper.
That is the Bitcoin. That is the crypto I recommend. So funny story, actually. I bet you sent this question as a meme, but as soon as Red Sante left the crypto scene, I joined the crypto scene. I became a crypto man.
I'm still in crypto. I've been buying up Ethereum.
Dude, what do you think about Ethereum Classic?
Ethereum Classic? I don't care about Ethereum Classic.
It was attacked with a 51% attack twice. Oh, sorry, 3 times. So it is definitely the coin I'm investing in.
A lot of the coins, pretty much everything except for Bitcoin and Ethereum, I just don't care about. It's like I traded them when they were volatile. I made money off of them, but I really didn't care about their fundamentals. I wasn't going to hold them long term.
Okay, so I will not actually hold Bitcoin at all. Ethereum I might, but probably not. But I want to say this about Ethereum Classic. The only reason I want to buy it is because I am like 90% sure that the next big influencer grift like Dogecoin is going to be on Ethereum Classic. Like there's going to be some fucking YouTube, Instagram celebrities who are going to be like, yo, dude, Ethereum Classic's like Ethereum, but it's only like 1/10 of the price, dude. You should totally invest in this shit, bro. So I'm betting on that happening. That's my angle. Daft iCup asks, who killed Too Mad? Do you want to talk about Too Mad's death real quick?
I mean, what is there to say about him? I barely knew who he was.
Okay.
Like, he was like a Zoomer humor kind of guy. And he died. Like, he was a rich guy that got, he got rich off YouTube and he died of a drug overdose because he moved to LA And then when he moved to LA, he started doing crack, and then he died.
What pisses me off is like the allegations against this guy and how everybody seems to just take him as fact. Especially now that he can't defend himself. Like, some guy actually tweeted, well, this man was insane and he tried to kill me after he died, which is like, okay, how is he supposed to defend himself now? And everybody's like clowning on a dead person for no fucking reason, and it pissed me off. And then Daft Icup here in the GARBAGEMICE Discord, like, he said, 2 men died, rest in piss. And I went off on him. I'm like, dude, you're stupid. Don't do that. And so I will tell this to all...
he was a famous person in LA. What are the chances that he was actually a pedophile? Pretty high.
Not even, the allegations were not like even that the allegations are all over the place. One of the allegations is that he tried to kill a guy like thrice.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
That didn't have a lot of weight behind it, but it's like
sources I made it the fuck up.
Evidence that he's a pedophile. He's a famous person in LA. Like, wow, what are the chances that that allegation is wrong? It's
like even then, would you be fucking shitting on this guy after he died? And we don't have any proof. It's not like Epstein where we know he was a fucking pedophile. You know?
Yeah.
Are you gonna shit on him? No.
I mean, I find it hard to feel bad for the guy outside of the sense that he got famous and he moved to LA. You know, that's a sad fate for anybody.
You know what? Fair enough. Bro asks, when will you get on the Trash Rats? I think that ship has sailed around the 800th tweet I made to Rusty Cage.
I think Rusty Cage, he's gonna put us in his guillotine. Like if we ever confront Rusty Cage, he's gonna drag us back to his house and put us in the guillotine.
Dude, I think he would kill me. Okay, look, in fair defense of myself, okay, I thought I was doing him a favor advertising his girlfriend's business.
Yeah, we probably got some sales. I thought
I was helping.
For the episode, we technically did help him, because for the episode that we made where we reviewed his girlfriend's stuff, I paid for it. So I am technically a simp for Rusty's girlfriend, because I paid like $15 or $10 or whatever it was for a month of her OnlyFans.
I am being completely and honestly sincere here. Part of the whole joke for me was like half-heartedly promoting it, and he'd be seeing it as like, oh, they're helping increase my household income. But I don't think he saw it that way.
I don't think anyone saw it that. There's no way that anyone saw it that way.
In my autistic mind, it works out. In my autistic mind, it's like, hey, any coverage is good coverage, right? It's free advertising. It's viral marketing, dude. It's viral marketing.
I don't think anyone saw it that way.
Okay. Red Dog Richard asks, important question, exclamation point. Sorry, I need to put on my old person voice. Important question. What is the best way to explain away a dildo if someone is looking through your drawers and accidentally finds it, asking for a friend?
Let's see. How could you? So you could. So is this person that you're trying to explain to? Is it a radical? Is it a political radical? Because you could say that it's actually a warhead to bomb whatever country of their choosing.
Listen. If they're a leftist, oh my god, you just reminded me of this. I need like 1 second to pull it up. I'm sorry. Fuck me. From this user linked, boom. I almost have it. Here we go.
Okay.
If they are a far leftist and you want to explain it to them, not that it will need much explaining anyway. But if you want to like explain it in a heteronormative way that doesn't make them hit on you, you start citing this research. Retsante, can you open this link and start reviewing?
Yeah, I'm not going to show it on screen, but sure.
You don't need to show it on
start
screen.
looking through it.
Yeah, so just read the title.
So, is that really the title? Queer occultism, sentimental biopower, and becoming bottoms as a means to divest from white supremacy among practitioners of magic in Montreal. Only in Montreal.
Yep. So,
I don't even know what I just read.
Queer occultism, that just means gay witches. Sentimental biopower, which just means sex. And becoming bottoms as a means to divest from white supremacy means that. How can I explain this in the most... Okay, what this literally means is taking it up the ass as a means to stick it up to far-right activists.
Okay, so, what's the point of this whole thing here?
So what I'm telling Red Dog Richard here is that he can cite this important research to say that the presence of the dildo in his drawers, or sorry, the dildo in his friend's drawers, is to divert from white supremacy.
But what if this person in Richard's life that's asking him about his object is, in fact, a white supremacist?
Honestly, many such cases.
What do you do then?
What do you do then? You just wink at them and meow.
Oh yeah, that'll probably scare them away.
That'll scare anybody away, including law enforcement. But what if it was like really expensive, maybe like $50? That's very financially responsible. Throw it out, right? Look, Richard, if you paid $50 for a fucking dildo, I'm disappointed. Okay, you could have spent that on GARBAGEMICE Patreon.
You could have spent that on ketamine.
Anyway, hold on. They have like a conversation in the questions chat, dude. That's not what the questions chat is about. Question for Rusty: where's Arg in the latest episode of the Rubbish Rodents? Oh my god,
is the Rubbish Rodents still going? I should check their Discord.
They're not actually going.
Man, was the last episode like one that I was on? It probably was.
Okay, so here's a question from Red Dog Richard where he tags the entire server. Like, it's not an at everybody, he just adds everybody individually, and in return I'm just not gonna respond. He got enough answers already.
Wait, dude, the Rubbish Rodents is still going. Their last episode was a month ago and it got 12 views.
Okay, if we are being beaten by the Rubbish Rodents, Robert Sante, you gotta step up your fucking game.
Yeah, well, to be fair, the fourth most recent episode was 6 months ago, which is probably true for us as well.
The fourth most recent. Okay, so Red Dog asks again, Red Sante, where have you been? Busy building a shed, making Red Sante Coin version 2.0, visiting all your local furry conventions, or God forbid, did you get a girlfriend? Are you ever going to live stream again? What are you going to say to that, Red Sante?
So, am I going to a furry convention someday? Yes.
Hell yeah, brother.
I do. I have a plan with another friend of mine. We are like actually going to go to a furry convention someday, or an anime convention, something like that.
Cosplayed as the Trenchcoat Mafia.
Yeah, exactly. No, but if I do end up doing that someday, which I really want it to happen, I really want this to happen. I'm not gonna stream it, no.
You're gonna stream it and be like,
it's gonna go on the Garbage Mice channel if I do it someday, because I don't have anywhere else to post it. My personal YouTube channel has 2 subscribers, and it's probably just people who are subscribed to the Garbage Mice anyways. So it's going on the Garbage Mice channel if I do ever do that.
All right, Red Sante, this question is for you. Are frogs considered furry? No, actually, this is for Richard. Are frogs considered furries or scalies? I do not know.
I thought frogs were considered Palestinians. That's why I have a frog icon, because I hate the Jews as much as they do.
Jesus Christ. That was fucking on. That was not the... Alright, it paid off. Good joke. Okay, Sintola asks, what's your guys' favorite anime? Honestly,
I hope you don't have a real answer.
I'm sorry, Red Sante. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4 is up there. but most
Part
likely Hellsing
4.
Ultimate. Yeah, part 4.
How many parts are there?
Anime or manga?
Now you just disappointed me. I don't want to
Anime,
know anymore.
I think there's 6 parts animated. Manga, there's 9.
So what happened to the other 3? Was there too many little girls in them? They didn't want to animate them?
No, they're animating them. It's just, animation takes a while to fucking do, dude.
Oh yeah, when they have they're allocating too many resources to animating 9-year-old girls, so they don't have enough for JoJo episode 6 or whatever.
Speaking of like animes with little girls, there's this trash anime I watched recently, and first couple episodes were fucking hilarious. Called Demon King of Witch. No, sorry, King of Demon Academy or something like that. It's ridiculous, and the story is just like this 4,000-year-old primordial god gets reincarnated as a high school student and just fucks everybody up for no like.
Yeah, that sounds kind of funny. That's a funny concept. I'm still not gonna watch it though.
They have fun with the concept, like. The power scaling in that universe is fucking stupid. Everybody's like, haha, he cannot penetrate my magic barrier. And he's like, fuck you, and just removes the continent you are on from Earth. It's just stupid shit like that, where you don't know what his next move is. Everybody's all like, he cannot penetrate my castle walls. And he just picks up the castle and throws it to the ground like a fucking glass. It's great. Hellsing Ultimate, though, is like my favorite one of all time. The vampire gore. fuck this. It's a good anime. Man not spending time with his.
What was the question even?
What's your favorite anime?
Oh, my favorite anime is Family Guy.
Shut the fuck
Not
up.
actually, but moving on. Okay, my favorite anime is early seasons of The Simpsons. That's my favorite anime.
Oh my god, we're moving on.
We're moving on, yeah.
Yeah, Red Dog Richard says Arturo loves Hellsing Ultimate, which I do. Okay, so does anyone else remember this? And he sends a random video. I don't remember. What the fuck? Oh, Arg the Sixth says, "What's the best negative XP song?"
I've only heard the BPD and Ecstasy one, so I guess I'd have to say that. I mean, that's kind of what he's known for, so it is probably one of his best.
So he does a lot of like insult core. I was gonna answer like the same thing, but I was gonna phrase it in a much funnier way.
Oh, well, you go ahead, comedic genius artillery. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's the song he made about my ex. BPD and ecstasy conceited with low self. Yeah.
Yeah, very very good.
Honestly, it's a really fucking good song.
I kind of like it. I feel like it would be funny to like do a cover of it. I don't know. Maybe I'll try to do that someday because it's not a very complicated song.
Oh no! Actually, my favorite negative XP song is the cover of "Take on Me" with Eggy that they made.
Oh, he made something with Eggy, huh?
Yeah, dude, they're all like part of the
that
same.
makes sense because I know they've all met in real life before.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's quite good. It's quite cool. Pizza Box. He says some things when he returns to the podcast. Artillery. Did you ever get mad when Rusty Cage says there isn't any God and when you die you're just dead? Honest answer. First time I listened to that song, I was like, huh, neat. Every other time I listened to the song, it was just completely cringy, even when I wasn't a devout Catholic, even when I was an atheist.
Yeah, I gotta agree. It is kind of cringe.
Like, what are the lyrics? Oh my god. It is incredibly fucking cringy. One of the lyrics is, "Isn't any gun when you die?" And sometimes I think about, like, I think maybe I'm wrong, but then I close my eyes and just remember this song, and I'm just like, it hurts. It hurts. That lyric, like, oh, I just remember this song. It just fucking hurts.
Yeah.
Sintola asks, if you guys got sent to prison, who would be... Santi, can you read that word?
who would be aped first? Is that what it said?
Yep, that's what it said.
I
Okay,
mean,
so
I think that it would be a compliment to be the the first one to get violated. It's probably the, all the ugly people that don't ever get touched.
Okay, so here's my thought, right? Little pizza box is like not 6 foot, so as soon as we enter prison, you know how they say like punch the biggest guy in prison? I'm just gonna do it to a little pizza box.
Do what?
Good question. Moving on. Whose YouTube channel is this? And I know this must be one of you guys. The at is gay is bad one.
and then the picture is a guy peeing on a pride flag.
It's most importantly, it's a black stick figure, which complements the name quite well. I think that might be a little pizza box.
I think that is Little Pizza Box's channel. That's why he's abandoned us. He started up his own podcast.
Even like Simi and Jimmy, which is not the actual monkey. Even like this guy, he's got one of the Habsburgs as his profile picture. What is Bagel? Oh wait, no, Graden. This guy, he says little N-word pun. Question: I had artillery. Have you become a 7-foot cube yet? Actually, I've been on a weight loss journey. I want to talk about that. Do you want to talk about weight loss?
I mean, do you have something interesting to say about it?
I eat like 700 calories a day and then walk for 13 miles.
I guess that's a good idea if you want to lose weight. I've been walking a lot too. I've been walking not 13 miles, but I've been trying to do at least 5 every day.
Boo. Get out of here. No, like minimum I walk 8 miles. And honestly, it's just like, you know what I do? I just walk to like a cigar shop. It's open.
So you're evening out your health. You walk 13 miles, but you go chief some fat blunts at the cigar shop. It's like the positives outweigh the negatives.
Yeah, that's how I roll, brother. Anyways, I had one more topic in mind, which is Undertale Yellow. Do you want to talk about that shit, or do you just like want to?
What is that?
Wait!
If it's gonna be our last topic, then
no. If it's gonna be our last topic, I want to talk about this instead.
Okay. What is it?
Remember my friend who doesn't leave the house that often?
Yeah, I remember that.
He's been making an effort to leave the house and go out and meet people. So
we're getting some character development here from this guy.
Yeah, I commend him for that. He, I don't want to talk too much about the guy, because it's his personal life, whatever. I'm not sure if he's comfortable with me sharing it, but I have to share some of it. Jesus, yeah. At some point, like it also becomes an interesting story for me to tell secondhand.
Yeah,
including the following. So he was walking with a family member, and she's a younger relative, and they're just walking, as families do. And one guy, I need to find his telling of the story. He told me online, so I can just like read it. 1 second, because my reaction to it was like, dude, can't do that. Yeah, that's not. Here we go. I'm at the place. So, walking out of the shopping mall, and some guy tells him, like, he throws a random comment at him, like, "Oh, what did you steal?" Right? Because they're walking out of a mall, or like almost running out of a mall. It's a funny, like, it's a group of dudes. He's a dude. Yeah, what did you steal, dude?
Yeah.
Motherfucker replies, "Oh," and I'm cringing. Hold on, I need to collect myself. Okay, I'm ready.
Oh no.
your mother's heart.
Oh, got him. Got him.
And he's not saying
him.
this in like a got him way. It's just that's how people talk on Discord.
Whew.
And so dude does a double take. And he's like, what the fuck did you say? He says, what the fuck did you say? And he just repeats it. And he almost gets a beat down over this shit.
But that's like clearly a joke, right? Come on.
I mean, yeah, it is a joke, but like, fuck, man. You don't say that to most people. You don't joke about their mothers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess.
Like, dude, he said that, and immediately I'm like, oh.
So is that something that you would say to me?
I would say that to a friend, not a stranger. You know?
I see.
You're just walking out of the theater, and the guy hits you with your mom.
Hits him with yo mama. Man, did those videos have as much cultural significance in Syria as they did here?
Oh my god, that
Yo Mama YouTube videos where they're little brown kids going around saying Yo Mama.
You want to know who those little brown kids were?
Were they named artillery?
They were named I was those little brown kids making those jokes around my friends. And me and one of my friends would make those jokes at each other in class. Both stolen from the same guy. And eventually, we just stopped. It was fucking stupid. That was that kid.
Do you have anything left to say, Retsante?
I think I've been exhausted. I don't think I have anything left.
Invest in Monero.
Oh wow, another influencer shilling a cryptocurrency that they're gonna pump and dump. Yeah.
Yeah, I have $10 worth of Monero right now.
Oh man. You know what? Invest in Retsante coin instead.
Nice.
Alright, you have anything else left to say before we disappear for another 3 months?
Please don't leave me.
We won't ever leave. We'll be here for the rest of time, but only every 3 months. Spinner of Cursed Dinner is coming in 2024, hopefully.
Ironically, okay, maybe 2025.
Maybe.
Maybe.
It honestly might take a long time to create, but it's coming. We're gonna make it happen. It'll happen.
Heck yeah.
Alright. We'll see you guys later.
Have a good one.